This is the monetary policy statement for December 2021. The Bank of Uganda, BOU, at the Monetary Policy Committee MPC meeting of December 2021 has decided to maintain the central bank rate at 6.5%. Economic activity is gradually normalizing under the second wave of COVID-19 pandemic. Indeed, the high frequency indicators of economic activity for October and November 2021 suggest that the economy had considerable momentum into the fourth quarter of the year. Although the resurgence of the COVID-19 variant has undoubtedly clouded the near-term outlook, the growth momentum is still expected to improve, supported by the expansion in global demand, higher private sector expenditure, and continued policy support. If the economy is fully opened in 2022, as currently being projected, this will release some of the pent-up domestic demand from the past 2 years that should invigorate economic activity. Casting uncertainty over the outlook are COVID-19 variants like Omicron and whatever other variants follow it, and on which additional containment measures are taken. Risks to the growth outlook, however, remain tilted to the downside, consisting of weaker than expected global growth due to global supply chain disruptions and the Omicron virus that has just injected renewed uncertainty in the global economic picture. Persisting global supply chain disruptions could spiral into the domestic industry, which could weigh on the economic performance. In addition, a third wave of the COVID-19 outbreak could trigger a need for some more stringent and protracted containment measures that would drag down growth. Moreover, some contact-intensive sectors that faced the brunt of the pandemic continue to face challenges. Additionally, import growth is expected to outpace export growth due to recovery in import-intensive household consumption and private investment. As a result, the contribution of net exports to GDP growth will be negative for an extended period. As demand recovers with the full reopening of the economy and the release of pent-up demand, inflation is forecast to rise but stabilize around the 5% target, contingent on the evolution of the pandemic and the efficacy of the vaccines. The uncertainties and risks of the forecast are two-sided, and the MPC assesses them as being inflationary overall. The most significant risk is the duration of global production chain disruptions and related stronger inflationary pressures globally. Stronger global cost-push inflation pressures stemming from sharply rising prices and limited supply of production inputs could result in higher domestic inflation, especially so if combined with a weak shilling. This is referring to Uganda. If the exchange rate were to depreciate significantly, then currently assessed, it would increase the overall inflation pressures and foster a need for higher interest rates. Furthermore, the risk of raising global inflation could prompt a faster than anticipated monetary normalization in advanced countries, which would cause the shilling to weaken, thereby further fueling domestic inflation. The downside, a faster resolution of global supply chain disruptions, lower international commodity prices, and another season of good food crop harvest could cause inflation to remain subdued. The MPC assessed that because of the excess capacity, the economy continues to require considerable monetary policy support. Based on the current assessment of the outlook and the balance of risk, the MPC judged that keeping the CBR unchanged at 6.5% would be consistent with meeting the inflation target of 5% sustainably in the medium term. The band on the CBR is also maintained at plus or minus 2 percentage points on the CBR, and the margin on the rediscount rate and the bank rate have been kept unchanged at 3 and 4 percentage points on the CBR, respectively. Consequently, the rediscount rate and the bank rate have been maintained at 9.5% and 10% respectively, 10.5% respectively. Bank of Uganda will continue with interventions for those sectors that remain under lockdown. Furthermore, the BOU will maintain the COVID-19 Liquidity Assistance Program, CLAP, to ensure financial stability until the economic situation normalizes. All right?
Yes, sir.
The Bank of Uganda will continue with interventions for the sectors that remain under lockdown. Furthermore, the bank will maintain the COVID-19 Liquidity Assistance Program, CLAP, in other words, to ensure financial stability until the economic situation normalizes. I would like to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you very much.